Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Before we do, I told Goodman that I wanted to ask him about the single most underrated decision that was made on Wednesday's deadline day. And Goodman, you still can't come up with it. You still haven't figured out who it is yet, have you?
Um, no. Go ahead. Give it to me.
Let's
Give
narrow
it
this
to me.
thing down, okay? He plays in the SEC. Has that helped you at all?
No.
He plays in the state of Mississippi. Has that helped you at all?
Are you going to tell me Matthew Morrell?
It's Matthew Morrell. An all SEC caliber guard, averaged 16 points a game this past season, is coming back to join a team that has added Sean Padula, that brings back Jalen Murray, that brings back Jamin Brakefield, that adds Malik Dia from Belmont, that adds Mikhail Brown Jones from UNC Greensboro, that adds Devon Barnes from San Houston State, and that all of a sudden, to me, looks like a team that should be ranked in the top 20. Matthew Morrell, for my money, will be the best player on that team next season. And all of a sudden, you're kind of looking at what Chris Beard has down there in Oxford, and you can squint your eyes. And to me, this looks like a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament.
So you have Matthew Morrell's return to Ole Miss, to Oxford, above Keno Lilly Jr.'s return to Brown. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Yes.
I think you're nuts.
Yes.
I mean, Keno's return could make Mike Martin's Brown team Ivy League favorites. Who knows? No, but I agree with you. Morrell, huge boost for them. Listen, Chris Beard, we know can coach. Last year, didn't do what a lot of us thought he'd do, which was get them to the tournament in year one. But they've got enough returning pieces and a bunch of new dudes through the portal. They NIL'd it up and loaded up with a strong NIL package for their program. And there's no reason that Ole Miss shouldn't be in the tournament and be a factor when it comes to the SEC race this year.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention Dre Davis, the transfer from Seton Hall. Sorry, Dagan. That will give them just another guy. They have like 17 players that are between like 6'4" and 6'6" that are talented wings that can score, that are versatile, that are switchable. I have some questions about whether or not they're actually going to be able to get a single stop next season, but I don't think it's going to matter when you got Chris Beard coaching and that many guys that are able to play. So I'm a big fan of Ole
You know,
Miss,
the
and I
big
can tell
one
you
for
right
me,
now.
I'll give you the big one for me is Michael Ajayi. You know, the transfer from Pepperdine against Gonzaga. Not that I expected him to withdraw, but you never know. You never know. And the NBA guys, some NBA guys I talked to really liked his potential.
Mm-hmm.
But again, with him going to Spokane, you look at that team now. We talked about a little bit earlier in the week. Like, that's a real player now, where I wasn't sure that Mark Few would be back in this situation to have enough bullets to be able to compete for a Final Four or a national title. I think they're in the mix. Again, I don't think they're at the caliber of Kansas, Alabama, UConn, but I think they're in, as Terrence Oglesby calls it, that next tire. That next tire. Gonzaga's right there, not far behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have them. I've had them right there as well. I actually have them number 5 in my preseason top 25. I mean, look, losing Anton Watson is going to hurt, but I think that one thing Mark Few figured out at the end of last year was how to be able to use the likes of Ben Gregg, Braden Huff, and Graham Ike all together at the same time. And when you add in Steele Venters, another wing, you add in Michael Ajayi, another wing, and you add in Khalif Battle, who might be like as good of a bucket as you are going to find in the WCC and on the West Coast this season. I really like
They may
what he's put
roll
together there.
through that league. By the way, they may roll through that league. You know, I know obviously what do you have?
Goodman,
Washington State.
don't strain yourself by having takes that are too hot, like saying Gonzaga is going to roll through the WCC. Please,
Well, only
like,
because
try to rein it
and
in a little bit here. Like, we want some credibility on this show. Okay, you can't
so
say things
wait,
that are
hey,
completely outlandish.
can I don't know where we're going next on the rundown here, but I know we're going to talk at some point in the show. It might be the next block in the biggest winners and biggest losers. Can I transition into the biggest loser or one of them right now over the last 6 weeks, or do I have to wait until the next block to do that?
My biggest loser of the last 6 weeks is the same as my biggest loser of the last year, the same as the biggest loser of the last 5 years, and that is Jeff Goodman.
I thought it was going to be you because you had to work with me. I thought that would be your biggest loser. See, if I'm the biggest loser, that obviously means because I have to see you at 9:30 in the morning in the off season right now, that would make me the biggest loser if I have to deal with you. But St. Mary's to me has to be up there. And again, we can get to all these things that you wanted to talk about, but losing Mahaney, what was absolutely disastrous for them because Mahaney's a guy that you didn't think would transfer because he's from that area, and guys really don't transfer from St. Mary's. They don't, like it's the type of place you go. They're going to be good enough, and they're never going to leave. And then you lose Josh Jefferson, right? And Dukas graduates. He's played 5 years, and you look at your team now and you're like, all right, they're going to be good. Listen, Randy Bennett's always going to figure out how to be good, but are they going to be at the level of Gonzaga, which we figured that they've been at for years now? I think they're clearly a notch behind this year.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.